Hello, we're here with USU Extension to teach you about market lamb selection. My name is Josh Dallin. I'm the USU faculty for Box Elder County, and I've got Sarah Pace here with me helping to showcase this lamb and the techniques that you'll use as a youth to pick out your fair lamb. When we want to pick out a fair lamb, we want to look at two things specifically. One is structure, the other is muscle. Structure-wise, we want to look at a flat top line. We want to look at a hook and a pin set. We want that to be level on that hind saddle, which is located right here. We want them to have some spring of rib and some depth to their body structurally. And then we also want to pay attention to their feet and legs. We want to look down here on the pastern area and make sure that there's enough strength there, that it's straight, that it's correctly placed on the hoof of the lamb. We also want to make sure that we don't have any bad patterns. We don't want post-leggedness. We don't want them to be sickle-hocked. We want them to have a good straight leg. In the front is the same. We want them to be straight in their legs, strong in their pasterns. Another thing that we want to look at structurally is that they have some nice bone to them, as far as the diameter of bone, big, thick, heavy bone. And that's what we want to look at when we're talking about the structure of a lamb. Now that we've talked about structure, we're going to move on to muscle. Lambs at this age express muscle in different ways, but we want to use that expression that we can see now as an indicator of what will be and what they may become. One indicator for muscle is in our leg structure here. We want to make sure that we've got some depth of muscle in that lower leg area. We also want to make sure that we have some width in that hind saddle to be able to carry that muscle. Again, bone, we talked about the depth of bone. That's a big key indicator for the muscle expression that your lamb should have as it continues to grow and finishes out for market. Another area to evaluate muscle is going to be in this foreshoulder and see the expressiveness that may portray for us as far as being able to tell futuristically what a lamb might have as far as expressive muscling. We also want to look at these feet and legs, again going back to structure on the front end, to make sure that we have good feet and legs that are straight and structurally correct. Here's a top view of what we're talking about when looking at muscle definition. We start here at the foreshoulder, that expressive shoulder there, and some width. We go across the top of the rack and then into the loin area. And then again, we want to look at that hind saddle and expressiveness of that muscle as we go down throughout the leg. One last tip. Make sure that you evaluate a lamb for its completeness in both structure and muscle. We call this balance. Sometimes this means that bigger isn't always better. Here we have one of our younger lambs. If you really evaluate her on the side profile, you'll see that she has an exceptional top line, really good set of feet and legs, and is already having great muscle expression. She may be the smallest in the pen, but she's definitely not the worst lamb here. Make sure that you evaluate all of these specific steps that we've taught you to be able to pick out the very best option for yourself. Click on the link below to find more helpful information, diagrams, and other things that are going to help you pick out your best lamb.